Get back to answer more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today are on the video posted 2 weeks ago. The fuck is up with the cash grab, money hungry poser vinyl prices? Question mark. 221 comments. And first question mark I'm seeing is from SK. Did he say Morgul is coming to the USA? Question mark. I didn't say that. That's what the fuck the flyer says for goddamn Metal Threat Chicago. So as of right now, yeah, I am going. I have my fucking Airbnb fucking booked and paid for it. So presumably I'm definitely going unless something pops up that I can't. In which case I better get a goddamn refund on my Airbnb. But I'd say 99% chance I'm going. So in case you devils are going, then I'll be there in case you happen to give a fuck. If you don't, fully understand. But yeah, Morgul is the number one band I'm looking forward to seeing because out of all the bands I really like to see, they're the only ones that I have not seen. What is this? Pterodactyl crying as usual. The Spirit of Death Metal. Question, dog. I realize your channel is intended to be no frills, raw and direct. Who told you to do the same intro and outro every video? We told me to do shit, brah. I do things my way or the highway. You don't like it? Tough fucking shit. Or is that something you learned from a bodybuilder? Question mark. I learned from every man. I mean, how should I introduce each fucking thing? I don't even want to come up with something fancy and fucking cheesy. I just talk like I talk, walk like I walk, motherfucker. You do the ending really fast, like a lot of neurodivergent metal YouTubers into Pokemon and Black Dahlia. All right, then, all right, I guess I'm doing it right then. Super Vomit, question J Dog. We were hit with a ton of snow, and it's time to wipe out the shovel again. Whip out the shovel again. What's a great album to shovel to? Can't go wrong with that goddamn Serpents of Light, brah. That's for goddamn sure. But shit, anything from any of the greats. Pull out that Ultras of Madness. Anything by Cannibal will fucking fit the bill. Slowly rot. That'll work. That gets the juices flowing. Heaviest band of all time, lifting some heavy fucking snow. Put some goddamn Tish on, goddamn it. Can't go wrong with that. Paul Kreutz in the house. Giving kind of a paragraph, but I see no goddamn question marks. No question marks, even no read-offs. Kelly McKay, hey dog, do you have the Merciful Fate live in Portland 1984 bootleg? I sure motherfucking do, brah. I actually remember that show. It was Merciful Fate's first show in North America. Hales Devils. Yes, it was. The one I have is I think there's two bootlegs with it. But the best one is it's called First American Sabbath. It's King Diamond coming out of the American flag, ripping through it like the Don't Break the Oath. That's the best vinyl version out there of that show. But I think there's another one, kind of a crappier boot out there as well. Own both, but try to get the First American Sabbath. That's a that boot's probably about 12 years old now. So you just definitely got to be on eBay or Discogs. Because it's definitely on a fucking print. But yes, I know exactly what show you're doing. But that's cool as fuck that you were there. I always wonder when I hear, because you guys know I love collecting bootlegs and listen to bootleg audios, even stuff that's just a CDR bootleg audio. I love getting that shit. I always kind of wonder though, but when it comes out on a vinyl or a CD of an older show or but any era show, how many people that were there are still in the fucking like listening to this shit and around? Because to me that's kind of crazy. Like if you see that come out and you're like, I don't need it. Why would you not? A fucking Merciful Fate show, first show live in the USA, and you were there in 1984, fucking 39 years ago. Why wouldn't you want that? Like that? That makes no goddamn sense to me whatsoever. Fucking ever. Um, that always, but not only that, but again, how many of the people are actually still listening to metal that were at that actual show? Like the test I always talk about, I guarantee you it's less than half. Guaranteed. If you were to find every single fucking person there, which would be impossible to do, that was there that night, that bought a ticket or just attended the show by whatever means, guarantee you less than half of them are still listening to fucking Merciful Fate or Metal Channel. Guarantee. Literally would bet money on it. But you were one of them that still is, and that's definitely fucking cool. Because yes, I know exactly what bootleg you're talking about, exactly what audio you're talking about. Rabin Rendon, J-Dog. I always back Venom as the detonation of extreme metal. Yeah, I can see that. What do you think metal would have been without Venom? The thing is I yeah, I get what you're coming from, and Venom did kind of really stir up singing about Satan and shit like that. So again, people say Sabbath, and it's like, no, they just use the word goddamn Satan, but they're singing, basically bashing him in a fucking sense, saying that he's the bad guy, as opposed to Venom was praising him. So I would say, yeah, who was earlier than Venom that was praising Satan? Maybe not just a one-off kind of silly gag. Somebody might say, "Fucking AC/DC, Highway to Hell." Well, they weren't really praising Satan. I mean, it's kind of maybe brought up vaguely, but I'm talking about literally praising Satan and left, right, up and down, fucking pretty much every goddamn song. Who was doing it before Venom? Not even Merciful Fate. Venom was before Fate. Not by a long shot, but before him, 2 years before him. I can't think of anybody to put him in there. And they had the cool ass fucking image, everything. So yeah, again that. But as far as where would it be without him? Again, it would be the same place. That's not to take anything away from him because somebody would eventually come along. I mean, put it to you this way: Merciful Fate would have been Merciful Fate if Venom didn't exist. Because think about it. Do you honestly think when they were kind of writing their stuff, it was based, oh, there's this band Venom. They probably just, there's no way, I'm not going to say no way, but unlikely that King Diamond or the guys in Merciful Fate literally heard Venom the day it came out, and Nuns Have No Fun. That's 82, right? And they were already doing the Bratz demo, Death Kiss, and then changed their name to Merciful Fate. What was that? I think they changed their name to Merciful Fate 81, right? I believe the Death Kiss demos, I could be a year off on these, but I think the Death Kiss demo was 1980, and then they changed their name to Merciful Fate, and these songs like Death Kiss, they changed it to Walking Back to Hell, and then that initial later on came out as A Dangerous Meeting. So that's how that song came out. Well, it was initially called Death Kiss, then Walking Back to Hell, and then Death Kiss when it made Don't Break the Oath. But I'm almost positive when they were doing that was 81. So Venom, Welcome to Hell, came out in 1980. They didn't pick it up day of, very unlikely. So even if they heard of it at the time, they're already it was in the rumbles they were making. And Merciful Fate was overtly satanic. I would say they're probably the second band. And other than that fucking doink ass fucking Michael Denner, or was it Hank Sherman, whichever was wearing the goddamn cheetah pants, looking like a fucking idiot on the back of Nuns Have No Fun. Even King Diamond points that out. And is it on the Melissa DVD? You know what I mean? There's the Melissa CD, and it's got a bonus DVD. Is it on that? Where there's a live show, an old Merciful Fate live show, and King Diamond's it's him talking over it, giving his commentary. He's like, yeah, look at Michael Denner. I think it was Denner. It was either Denner or Sherman, but I think it was Denner. With the cheetah pants. He's like, oh man, those were in style back then, and he wasn't ripping on him, but at the same time, you could think he was even thinking, what the fuck? What are you doing, dude? Like any man, like why the fuck would you be wearing that, dude? That shit looked homo as hell. That was never good looking. Why the fuck would you be wearing that? But at least King Diamond fit the bill. Music was the lyrics were all satanic. So without Venom, I'm sorry, shit would have still, it may have taken a year or two longer. But again, did Bathory specifically set out what they were to do because of Venom? They might have. That's a possibility. But regardless, the whole satanic thing and the image and stuff, it would have been spawned with Merciful Fate. And again, if nothing else, somebody would have came along. It just would have been a little bit delayed. That's all. So Venom gets the kudos because they were the first in line. They were yanked out of mama's crotch first and made it to the forefront first doing it. So I give them credit, not taking away, but I don't give over credit where some people are like, dude, the metal wouldn't even exist if Venom did it. That's complete horseshit, man. Complete fucking horseshit. I'm not saying you're saying that, but people do. They get blown out of proportion because they're a complete fanboy, and I understand. I'm a fanboy of fucking Venom too. But I just look at it unbiasedly and try not to don't be a fucking head up your ass dumbass just because you're that big of a fan of them. I'm thinking it would have been Judas Priest, Copycats, Iron Maiden, close. Nope. You still had Fate, brah. Bands like Pretty Maids, Wasp, and Lizzie Borden. Or maybe more bands like Laz Rocket as opposed to any of the big four. I don't agree, brah, because the Fate. You minimally had Fate, dude. And they were starting, because like I said, with right after them, months. There's a strong possibility that when Nuns Have No Fun was being recorded, they either just heard of Venom, having heard about it, heard rumblings, but not like this was our influence. I mean, King Diamond's influence was like Deep Purple and shit like that. He openly says it. It was not fucking Venom, so he would have still done the same goddamn thing. And to be completely honest, Slayer Show No Mercy, that's 1983, so 3 years. Were any of those guys being a fan of Venom? I could be wrong. They could be the biggest fans, but I've only seen a couple small interviews, so I could be completely ignorant to the topic, and I'll be the first to admit it, with like Tom Mariah Carey and shit. I've never heard them bring up Venom. Like, yeah, Slayer was inspired by Venom, influenced by Venom, so they're kind of, in their sense, in their mind, walking their own path, doing what they set out to do without even being influenced. It seems like they were influenced by a lot of punk and hardcore and probably Judas Priest and shit. I've never heard them mention Venom. Again, if they did, then I stand corrected. But did they ever say, yeah, the fucking Venom was a huge influence, especially in the lyrics? Like you look at the Show No Mercy lyrics, they're completely satanic. Um, like, yeah, that's what really got us singing about Satan on that album because it was Venom. If that was the case, okay, then maybe Slayer wouldn't have done it either because of Venom or taken much, much longer. But I never heard them say that. To my knowledge, they kind of probably still would have done it even if Venom didn't exist. So, no, it wouldn't be just a bunch of Judas priests walking around. Again, a year or two delayed at a worst case scenario, but the inevitable would have still fucking happened. Human Brisket. Since Elvis is in Ohio, I am surprised he hasn't appeared in one of those Predator Catchers YouTube series. Me fucking too, dude. Every time I see that, I'm just like, man, how is humanity so blind? I was like, I can see this child molester a mile fucking away. No doubt about it. 1,000% positive he is. People just walking on casually. Hey, buddy, high five that shit. Dude needs to be at the end of a motherfucking rope, as far as I'm concerned. Goddamn question mark, Devils. Goatman, since there's fuck in the title, what's your favorite Sadistic Execution song and album? None of them. Sadistic Execution, I thought their image was cool. Their whole case with everything was cool. Every time I put it on, one ear out the goddamn other for me. That was a band that did nothing for me. They were in the goddamn Von Voivod and Blasphemy Camp. I think it's like classic, and they had their place. They had completely original, but I put it on like this is literally doing absolutely nothing for me. But it has been quite some time since I've listened to it. But I have listened to it for sure at least 3 times over my metal listening days, metal career, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And each time I'm like, oh, fucking nothing there. Z's guitar account. You know what's worse than the poser, J Dog? Noob lifters that say they don't want to get big. They just want to get toned. That is annoying. That grinds my gears more than anything. Yeah, and I mean, at the worst case scenario, it's like, yeah, I understand not everybody wants to be big, big, but it's like, dude, you do want to be bigger. I've never met a guy that's like, I want fucking small goddamn spaghetti Trey Ozagoff arms. Nobody says that. So you admittedly want to get bigger, which in case you need to put on size. And that whole get toned shit, you want to get toned, you want to be lean, you want to have abs. So in other words, you want to be maybe not shredded, but you want to be fucking somewhat ripped. So yeah, this tone shit. What are you, a fucking chick? You just want like kind of toned fucking thighs? Play with Barbie dolls, brah brah. A fucking man wants to get ripped and shredded, god damn it. Toned. And we made it all the way goddamn top. We got some insults. We'll just go to the next goddamn video line. We're putting the goddamn question marks in there, so we'll find out raw dog. What's the next video line? What the fuck is up with the money? This ought to be a goddamn good one. This is the numero uno dum dum. Serpent's All Light downgrade album, question mark. We got numero uno dum dum of the day. Let's see what the fuck's in here. There's definitely got to be at least fucking funny shit, theoretically. Wonder if the guy I was ripping on, I don't remember who the hell it was, even if you replied. Shit, fuck logo. Fuck. It's only like fuck logo. Okay. Very bottom is question mark. C Kyle, J Dog. Do you think Will Romer still works out? I know he does. He told me to my face he does. He's looking a bit scrawny these days. What are some other metal guys that work out? So yeah, Will's really thin. I've heard a lot of people bring that shit up stuff too. Well, for starter, and I know he does work out. Actually, excessively so. We were talking last time they were up there. He does it for like hours and hours a day. I'm like, that seems like a bit fucking overkill, but okay. Um, for starters, maybe his goal isn't to be big. He just wants to be lean and fucking have full abs. So you're gonna have a thinner look. There's that, and also too, the guy's in his fucking 50s. How big do you want him to be? And third, on top of that, especially with the internet nowadays, people have a very skewed look of like what jacked is and what's attainable naturally or not. I didn't even need to ask Will. There's no doubt in my mind. He's natural. He's not even taking like a TRT dose, and he's in his 50s. That's what you're gonna look like. And I tell it to guys all the time that want to be big and shit like that. Unless you got some fucking goddamn Ronnie Coleman genetics, I was like, I hate to break it to you. This pisses off all the natural guys. I was like, dude, if you're, let's say you're at the average height is 5'9", 5'10". That's what I am, right? I'm 5'9", basically. And that's considered the average height. I know, because that is my height, and I've been told that by all the doctors. That's literally the overall average. So let's say you're in that area. If you're going to be 100% natural and you want to be lean, very, very lean with full abs after you build up size, you're looking at you're going to be about 150 pounds natural. That's what it is. There's this very misleading perception that people have because of all these liars on the internet or people not talking about it or whatever, or all these Instagram fucking just like influencers or whatever you want to call them. The information they put out that is false or just direct lies, and you're like, oh, I could just look like this. No, you can't. Not fucking natural. No, you need to be enhanced to do that. The human body is what it's capable of doing naturally is not impressive whatsoever. That's why people are like, oh, guys that use PADs and shit, they're cheating. Not if you want to reach a fucking level that you're looking to get into, which your mind, you're, oh, I want to reach, looking at somebody, I want to get to that level. You're never going to do that naturally. It's not physically possible. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter what you eat, nothing like that. It has nothing to fucking do with that. You can only go so far to be like, just work harder. I'm going to out-train them, shit like that. It's like, that's literally as stupid as saying, I'm going to learn to jump so fucking high that I don't need a goddamn rocket to get to the moon. I'm just going to jump my way there. It doesn't matter how hard you train to jump and how fucking high you can get. You're never going to get to that level. You need a goddamn rocket to get there. It's just common sense. The same thing with the human body. There's only so far it can go. So someone like Will, it's like, yeah, that's what you guys are looking at. If that's what you want to do, and if you're going to do it never, I'm going to do all natural, and I don't like anything chemical or pharmaceutical. Okay, well, that's what you're looking at, and that's fine if that's what your goal is. I'm just saying, people have a skewed perspective, and they almost look down like, oh, this guy isn't very big and shit like that. It's like, because you don't. All these other guys are lying out their fucking ass. That's why. And the people in the know. The people that aren't in the industry don't follow it. That's not their interest. They don't know much about it. Don't fucking know. And everybody, if you you do it naturally for long enough, put 10 years in and shit, you'll find out. You're going to find the sad, disappointing fucking truth. Again, unless you have, there's outliers that have very good genetics and they could get, well, they're not going to ever get, you're never going to get like a pro bodybuilder status ever without fucking using PEDs. There's no fucking way you're getting that. But you could get to where, oh, yeah, this guy's pretty impressive looking. Who is natural, but they're very rare outliers. Very rare. We're not even talking maybe 1 in a million, I would say, is what they are. They exist in genetics like that. It might even be less than that. It's not 1 in 1,000. Put it to you this way: as far as who I've met personally in my life, who can get there, who I consider impressive, that I know for a fact is all natural and I can verify, that I met personally, not I've seen them on the internet or something like that. I would say I've never met one in my life, actually. But I know they exist because guys I know and shit like that can vouch. They exist, but it's very, very. So I'd say it's less than 1 in a million. It's probably 1 in 5 million. You think your genetics are that fuck? Are you 1 in 5 million? Probably the fuck not. So neither is Will's genetics. So Grim question marks Roverfest. Oh, this ought to be good. Just looked it up on YouTube. I didn't even need to watch to figure out what that shit is. J-Dog, have you ever been to Florida? Yes, I have, and I like it very much so. How does my state compare to the land in terms of canoeness? I'm not sure about the canoes, but you go down there in fucking March. Last time I've been to Florida was in March. It was for our wedding anniversary, me and Lindsay. So we went down there for little, a few days off there. Here in Ohio, March, it's fucking freezing cold. It was nice as fuck. We went to Orlando, Universal Studios area. We stayed down there for about 5 days, and I fucking loved it. But I've been there before too. Can't vouch for the whole state. I can't vouch for the canoes, but I enjoyed my time down there. Summertime though, I can imagine sucks fucking shit. G Productions. Hey, J-Dog question. Favorite Canadian death metal band? What is your favorite burrito condiment? Have a great day. Burrito condiment? Who fucked with condiments on the Doritos? I don't. I just eat what I just get what's in it. You know, usually like if I get a burrito, like let's say Chipotle and shit, which the only time I'll get burritos or tacos or shit at Chipotle is if I'm trying to put on sides from Vulcan. Every time I'm in case you happen to give a fuck, little diet tips. If you're at Chipotle, if you want to kind of eat clean and you're on a diet, always get it in a bowl without the fucking tortillas, and always ask for plain rice. You can go white or brown, doesn't matter what kind of fucking rice you eat. Just so you guys know too, you get 2 grams of fiber in brown rice. It's very irrelevant. But they have plain rice where they don't put the oils and shit, so that's gonna cut like 200 calories or so. So get the plain rice. They have it outside. They always have it. You ask them, I want plain white or plain brown, whichever you prefer. Get that. Get everything in the actual bowl. But I just tell them exactly what I want on the burrito. But I don't get condiments for it. And then favorite Canadian death metal album, or did you say band or album? Favorite Canadian death metal band? It had to be Cryptopsy, but band as a whole, I mean, they got more shitty albums than bad albums. But None So Vile and Blasphemy Made Flesh are definitely my favorite 2 albums to ever come out of Canada, period, of metal. I mean, I even like it more than like Sacrifice, Torment, and Fire, Exciters, Razors. Granted, I like those too, but I got, again, those were the bands. Remember, I told you I got into later, 18, 19 years old. Cryptopsy was one I grew up on, and that's just my forte. I understand all the geezers. What? He likes Cryptopsy more than Sacrifice. Yeah, I do, but I can understand why that would look canoe as fuck. But don't get me wrong, Torment and Fire, example, that's Sacrifice, Torment, Fire is definitely one of my favorite thrash records ever. Definitely, top 10 favorite thrash albums. It's almost guaranteed in there. So, but yes, whole death metal band. First 2 Cryptopsies. Third one, Whisper Supremacy. I like too. Everything else I thought licked fucking balls. Haven't heard all the rest, but kind of didn't need to. And at the very least, started looking canoe as a motherfucker, at least based on what I was seeing. Consequences, you know what they do. But I got my skin every morning. Later, goddammit.